Yeah.
And it's interesting. See, a little lie, you can challenge a little lie easy.
Yeah.
A big lie is much harder to challenge because it seems so big. Why would they lie on such a big scale?
Yeah.
But we've seen it already. We've seen that they had to go into Iraq because Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. He was prepared to use those. He could attack Britain or British interests within 45 minutes. Headline on the Sun newspaper, the pro-war newspaper. We were told that, and we had to act as quick as possible. Well, I remember a few years ago when the Taliban went to Texas, and the Texas oil companies tried to do a deal with the Taliban over the oil pipelines through Afghanistan. And at the end, they couldn't do a deal with the Taliban. I'd suggest that if they had done a deal with the Taliban would have been the heroes of the day.
Yeah.
The situation with bin Laden after the atrocity of 9/11 was that bin Laden is no longer there at all.
Mm-hmm.
He has been driven out, and nobody's quite sure where he is, but they weren't particularly interested in Afghanistan to begin with. But 57% of Americans were convinced that Saddam Hussein was directly involved in 9/11.
Yeah.
And why were they convinced? Because they were told that. They were told that by George Bush, by Cheney, by Rumsfeld, and they was told over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So they believed it. Yes, I mean, increasingly they're making noises about attacking Iran. Iran is, like you say, is one of the major oil producers in the world. It's also, I think, the second or the third largest natural gas producer in the whole world. And that's why they have their sights set on Iran. Kuwait is a dictatorship to this day. It's run by the Kuwaiti royal family, who sit on a gold toilet seat, right? Mm-hmm. And they're protected by all the American interests here. There's no democracy there, and there's no freedom for women. But you come back to Saudi Arabia, this government has bribed a Saudi prince with £1 billion to take British weapons to defend the Saudi dictatorship. So anybody who believes anything about this government defending democracy or spreading democracy really needs their head examined. That war wasn't fought for the benefit of the people of Iraq. It was fought for the natural resources of Iraq and control of those resources.
Yeah.
And the people of Iraq are fully aware of that. And that's why there's resistance, and there's continued resistance today, and it's why people need to be on the demonstration on the 15th of March, because this is 5 years later. It's as long as World War II. But it's real people who make change in this world. Mm-hmm. And it's real people who are calling for a different agenda than the one our governments are calling for. We want to hold out our hands and our arms to people all over the world and say this government is not acting in our name. This government is acting in the name of big business. This government is following blindly the path set by the U.S. government. We reach out, like I said before, our arms to our brothers and sisters around the world. And these demonstrations are not just taking place here in this country, they're taking place around the world. This is 5 years later, but we're still here. I mean, that's saying something. They haven't defeated us, far from it. They just encourage us to organize and build more, because it's too important, this world, to be left to the Gordon Browns, to the Tony Blairs, to the George Bushes, to the oil companies. It's our world, and we've got to take it back from these people. And so I would urge everybody to get down there on the 15th, give us a call, and we'll do everything we can to get you on that bus, and you'll find that you'll feel that you're part of a world movement for peace. It'll be good to see you there.
Fantastic. That's it. I've been talking to Ron from the Stop the War Coalition. It's been really, really interesting. We literally have seconds left. www.gsfcuk.com. That's our website. You will find links to Ron's organisation. If you want to get on that bus next Sunday, do so. Just got time to tell you, I won't be here for 2 weeks because I'm going away on holiday. Massive, massive thanks to Ron. Keep an eye on the website, and we're going to be back in 3 weeks' time. See you now. Bye-bye.